Feeling great. We're at Hammers. What I call it? I call it Dream Week.
Face by his door.
What?
Well, we're a little heavier than we thought. 6,000 pounds. It's been a long day, I'm tired. But we're working on the truck, we're gonna eat some dinner, we're gonna relax, and then tomorrow we're gonna do it all again. And Friday's a big day. Friday's debut of the race, so we'll see what she does. We'll make it happen.
Why did you decide to become a co-driver?
I think I'm the only one that can tolerate him for 12 plus hours in a vehicle. So it was kind of a no-brainer at this point. I think anyone else would throw off their helmet at pit 1 and say peace out. No, realistically, it's I knew I wanted to be involved in the whole racing experience. I've always been a part of, family racing since growing up as a kid, and unfortunately I never really had a huge experience in being able to drive behind the wheel. And since riding with Keith, basically co-driving for him since we've been together, I've always known that that passenger seat is my seat and no one else is allowed it unless they have very special privileges.
When did you meet, and what was that like?
I met Keith in 2014. I was bartending at a local bar, and I first was introduced to him. He introduced himself, and I was dating another guy at the time. And after I broke up with that person, a cousin of mine and also another friend said, "Hey, you need to talk to him. You guys seem very, very similar and into the same aspects." So after we kind of hung out, we initially were supposed to be, sorry mom, each other's rebounds, but that didn't last long and lasted till now.
What is it like trying to balance family and racing?
Balancing family and racing, it kind of coexists with each other. Being a part of a race team that's still part of our family, we need to make sure that we're balancing one, just our normal family lifestyle, but then at the same time including what we're currently doing into our every life experiences. He comes home from work and we discuss what happened at work, and then the next sentence revolves around what's going on with the truck. So, making sure that we're keeping that happy medium of normal lifestyle with the family and then also lifestyle revolving around this completely secondary project at home. It's been a transaction.
So, how do you feel being a mom and a co-driver?
Being a mom is a completely separate job in its own, and being a co-driver, it's like you're having your second child next to you. You have to keep them safe and protected, and being a mom, that's our entire livelihood, is making sure our kids are safe and protected. So just being a mom in general, I kind of have a little bit of experience of making sure that who's next to me is staying safe at all times. So it is a little bit of a advantage that I have, having that opportunity of knowing that it's not just me that needs to be safe, it's also my driver, and that's the same as being a mom.
From your perspective, what has Keith gone through mentally, building the cars and trying to meet all of those deadlines?
Well, if there's been any type of mental health things, we've seen it in the last couple months. From breakdowns to mental, the heartaches of the financial burden that's come into this, stress and strain on just his body and his own self-discipline of making sure he's keeping his time frames. Unfortunately, we've seen the ups and the downs with this build, but he's been able to handle it pretty well, and he's got a good head on his shoulders where he's able to put the truck away when he needs to and focus on what needs to happen at home. So it's been stressful, but it's definitely been an experience of watching him grow and develop.
Can you explain to me what the Holly high voltage experience is and why it was so important that the Tes-ten had to be there?
So the Holly High Voltage Experience was a group of EV enthusiasts coming down from just traditional Tesla cars and also people converting their regular vehicles into EV components. So it was such a huge experience for us to be there because we are the pioneering of Ultra 4 racing and showing Tes-ten off to people who only know street EV vehicles. It opened up that world to everybody to say you don't have to be on the street to have an EV. Your EV can travel and do off-road vehicle, the rock crawling and desert racing, and it's an unlimited world at that moment. If you can do it in a regular vehicle, you can do it EV. So having high voltage, being able to showcase there, it was an experience that a lot of people weren't exposed to, knowing that this is out there and created to do what they do as well.
Can you explain to me what the King of Hammers rookie camp was and why it was so important for you guys to go to that?
So the King of the Hammers rookie camp was a special event that Dave Cole put on for all of the rookies, the beginning racers of King of the Hammers. And it allowed us as a team to be able to go to Dave Cole's actual ranch, sit and talk to a lot of the pros and experts who's done this, knows this like the back of their hand. And for us as rookies who have never raced or been, involved in a course of this parameter, to be able to ask the questions and get the answers that they were so willing to give to us. Having Dave Cole there himself, he was able to kind of tell us what he's expecting from us and what we're expecting from him. And just being able to have that camaraderie, not only between Dave Cole, but also our other racers that are also in this rookie camp with us. So it was a really, really interesting experience to not only have some of our big, kings in the area with us, but also the rookies who we're going to be competing with, and also, bumping elbows with, making sure that we're all safe and doing this in a really proper manner.
Being a female in a male-dominated sport, is there a message that you want to say to other girls who want to get into this world?
The car doesn't know that you're a girl. The car has no idea that there's a female sitting in that driver's seat, passenger seat, pit crew. It doesn't matter. So being a female, it doesn't necessarily have a disadvantage or an advantage. It's just go out there and do it. If you want to do it, don't hesitate, and just know if he can do it, then why can't I? I might look better doing it anyways. I'm not gonna lie, I think I'm gonna look pretty good in a race suit, just saying.
So, as far as mental health goes, is there anything that you do to de-stress, or do you just live in it?
I'm very much a live in the moment kind of a person. When I do things, I do it 100%, and if it interests me, I do it to its fullest. So for decompressing and just trying to get the stress relief out, honestly, I just try to get more into what I'm focusing on. So whether it be my normal lifestyle, my job, I try to just get into it 100% so that I'm completely engulfed into that experience. For me to distress, it's really for me to research. So researching is my way of getting out of my head and getting 100% into something.
When you first learned what Keith was up to with the Tes-ten, what were your first initial thoughts?
How much is it gonna cost? Keith is somebody that when he wants to do something, he's gonna do it. There's no stopping him. Really the only thing he needs is the support. So I knew from off the bat that if I didn't support him, it wasn't gonna happen. And so I immediately jumped in and said, absolutely, what are we gonna do? Let's do it. He first presented it to me when we were at KOH and said, I wanna race. And I said, okay, well, I do too. So it was really an interesting aspect of him going from KOH to buying the wreck Tesla to just converting it to what it is now, and just being the support system has been the biggest thing.
Do you have any doubts?
Not necessarily doubts as far as the truck goes. My only biggest concerns is some of the battery components, making sure that we have enough battery power to get to it. The people who we're going to have in our pits, making sure that they're acclimated and know what we're trying to accomplish here is going to be one of our biggest hinders.
What if something goes wrong? Do you ever think about that kind of stuff?
You're always going to think about something going wrong. You can't go into something and thinking it's going to be fine. There's always that doubt in the back of my mind, or that fear that something wrong is going to happen. And we've kind of taken some precautions in our own household as far as if something tragic happens, what's going to happen to our families and what will happen to our lives and home. You can't go into this blind thinking everything's going to be fine. That being said, there's always the fear of something going wrong with the batteries, something going wrong with fire safety, something going wrong with other racers, and it's not just us on that course. So there's always going to be that factor that's involved.
To those who want to get into King of the Hammers racing, do you think it's possible to have a quote-unquote normal life and also be a racer?
I think it's definitely that healthy balance of making sure that you can keep your normal lifestyle that's comfortable in your own home, and then also trying to accomplish something like having a off-road vehicle that needs the financial support, as does your house. I feel like if you are truly invested into this, not only emotionally but financially, then you need to know that you have to have that balance of the equation. I don't see why it's not possible for anybody to just, if they love it and if this is something that truly drives them, then you find a way. Just like anything else, if you want to do a sport, you find a way to make it work. And that's exactly what we're doing for our home, our family. We're making this a family lifestyle. So this isn't just me and Keith or just Keith. This is a husband, a wife, 2 children that are all being involved in this entire team. So I feel like if you want to make this something that the family's doing, everybody needs to be involved in it, and everybody needs to have the support.
Do you feel fulfilled with what you're doing?
I think I'm going to feel fulfilled when the race is over and we've crossed that finish line. Right now, I'm doing everything that I feel like I can in order to help propel this to the next level. Right now, we're really just riding on time and getting this thing done. But once when we finish the finish line, I think I'll feel fulfilled.
That's right!
Where are we at?
We're at Dave's Ranch, Johnson Valley. We are tuning the truck. Keith has got the laptop out and they're trying to just get some reprogramming in. And I'm about to hook up the updated nav system so we can review the track a little bit more.
And who's the mastermind behind the tuning?
All of these very highly qualified staff members that are kicking butt and taking names. It's above my pay grade, that's for sure. I'm not getting paid.
Introduce yourself, sir.
I don't know how, actually.
What's your name?
Ryan? Cal? I don't know what I said.
What do you think of Tes-ten?
I fucking love it. It's good to see another car out here with EV, so.
Any comments on Keith and Melissa?
I mean, I just met them so far. They're really awesome people, so. Yeah, really excited to see how this thing works. Seems like a great opportunity to get it out there. It's definitely a really well put together build, and we'll see how it does. Really excited.
And how do you feel so far getting out here?
I mean, dirty, dusty, all the normal things, but good. Nice to, I mean, I love KOH. Been coming out here since 2009, so, it's been a few years.
What exactly will you be doing to the truck?
We'll be doing calibrations, tuning, and whatever you want to call it realistically, but we'll be adjusting the VCU parameters to make it more drivable, so adjusting pedal mapping, just going through adjusting a few parameters related to that in the battery, and then also getting the display set up so he has more usable parameters available, while he's driving, so it makes a lot more sense, hopefully.
Whatever fault that is?
Yeah.
And if not?
So right now I've got e-stop switched on.
So it's in e-stop?
It's not in e-stop.
Okay.
There we go.
Hey, so what's your name?
I'm Eric Motto from Radial Dynamics out of Greenfield, Massachusetts, and I've been helping Keith and Melissa with the high voltage steering system on Tes-ten. Keith and Melissa have been great to work with. It's super cool to see what they've been building. It is such a clean truck, really pushing the next level of EV technology, and I can't wait to see what they do out here this week.
What is this that you're in right now?
So this is Dave Cole's EV spec class car. The whole drivetrain has been done by Hypercraft. It has an identical steering system to the one that's in Tes-ten, so right now we're just doing some tuning. These two vehicles are the first operational high voltage vehicles with this type of steering system ever built, so we're just trying to get these systems dialed in and really make them drive with as much performance and as high efficiency as we possibly can.
I've got the wrap guy's gonna be here.
Nice.
And the panels are here now.
Yep.
And I don't have much going on, so yeah.
Sweet.
So yeah, we can.
Yeah, if you need anything too, we got Jake in town picking shit up, so
Okay.
he's the errand boy today.
Jake. Okay. I don't think I need anything to come at all.
Well, I meant if we need him pick up from Hammertown. The axles for Spider
Go in and just introduce himself. And
Oh my god, how do you guys do that?
I know, but the hives and the shocks drive you crazy.
We're gonna hear something break really fast, that's for sure.
So I broke a ring and pinion in the spec car, and I've never broken anything that loud before because we were just nice and easy, and then it goes pow, and I'm like, wow. Normally you don't hear it like that, but then, so yeah, it's gonna change, and you can hear traction.
Yeah,
When you're in the rock crawl, you can hear if it's or
That's visible.
yeah, it's nuts.
It's kind of an advantage, though. You're not going to
This has a big trim.
It's been a there is fatigue by noise too, and you're gonna have less noise.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah,
It's been a hurdle though getting. We got running 4 days ago. Driving around through Hammertown. Yeah, I bought a whole Tesla and cut it apart. Cannibalized it.
Boy, this is so freaking wild. I've seen some weird shit, and I'm a gearhead, but you're a...
This should be our hauler for us.
What day?
Any of this? Yes, it's quite different than the racing I'm used to. Yeah.
can I get you anything? Coffee right now.
I'd love another hug. I need a Dave hug. I love my Dave hug. Thank you so much for everything.
Hey, so what's your name?
Hey, I'm Chris, here with Eric from Radial Dynamics.
What are we doing here today at the Tes-ten?
We're working on the hydraulic steering on the Tes-ten here. We're working on tuning in the kind of sensitivity of the torque sensor in the steering column to the flow rate on the hydraulic pump, trying to get that all intuitive to the driver.
Okay, well, is there any comments that you can make on Keith and Melissa from your experience with them?
Yeah, I met them yesterday. They're pretty rad people. I mean, this is an enormous technical undertaking to take on for somebody with limited technical skills to begin with, and they've done a phenomenal job on so much of the car is beautiful. The wiring's great. All the systems are good. So it's really cool to see this kind of coming up as somebody just picking it up and running with it.
And try to do a bigger charge at maiden and see what time looks like from there.
How much range do you think you'll get out of
We're
it?
hoping to try to get about 80 miles.
Okay.
That's kind of the goal, but we don't really know yet. It was like 0 to nothing.
Okay.
So yeah, it
You
would
got
go.
Ryan
It would
looking.
just so
He's the master.
man, is he smart.
Yeah.
I talked to my dad and I was like, remember the guy from The Matrix that has like the 0 and 1 screen? Like
Totally,
that's him.
that's totally right.
I was like, without the dreads.
And you'd never know.
Man, he is.
Like he's unassuming, but
He
he's
is
like,
and he's been so nice.
yeah.
He's like, yeah, what do you need? Like, I'll help you out. I told him, I said, do you want to be on our pit? Like, I got extra pit shirts. We're good to go. Like,
Oh, nice.
So, I mean, that might be awesome.
Yeah. I hope it goes well.
I know, we're really excited.
I think we'll all be watching. So.
If you see anything that you think we can adjust, we're open ears.
Okay.
You guys know this field a lot more than us.
I mean, I know marketing. I don't know EV yet. I mean,
Well, I would love to kind of pick your brain because I do all the
Sure.
marketing for the truck.
Okay.
So I've been doing all the social media and talking to the sponsors and
Nice.
yeah, I've been the catfish Keith.
All right, let's get your name.
John Miller from Hypercraft.
And what do you do? What's your title?
I am the co-founder and marketing for Hypercraft.
And you see a bright future on this whole EV madness.
Yeah, I mean we're on the new frontier of a whole new type of propulsion, and digital technology meets torque, 100% torque from 0 RPMs. Like, it's going to be really exciting to see how electrification changes, all of these passion-based automotive industries.
And I see that that's a Hypercraft, got the bomber over here.
Yeah, the EV crawler, Dave Cole's EV crawler. I guess it's a pretty storied chassis. And yeah, we're working with Dana and AEM to create a whole system to electrify that vehicle, and then when it's proven, we'll take that drive system and give it to 11 invitational teams, and they'll build their own vehicles around it and be racing them next year.
Oh shit. Oh god. God. There you go. Yeah. So where are we going, Ryan? Oh yeah. No, just a casual Tuesday drive, right? Oh man, this is great. All right, Ryan. What tools are we getting right now?
We're getting a CAN breakout cable and just a few other things that I've made up over the years that'll help us do things a little quicker. So.
What are we doing? Like, why are we getting this stuff?
Just so we can see what messages are on which CAN bus, and then that way it'll be easier for us to make the display a little bit faster. Instead of playing guess and check with the display software, we can just look at the raw messages on the bus and then just feed that into it.
All right.
Hey guys, Will from the future here. Be sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment below if you see any value in this video. Hit that notification bell. You'll be notified for future videos coming out from WSG. And for Ralph, this guy puts blood, sweat, and tears behind that computer. And he's got to deal with me. So, hit that notification bell, leave a comment, squeeze that like button. We would gladly appreciate it. Till then, love it, live it, race it. Now back to the chaos.
Fingers right as he touches it.
We're over at the Optima event, about to do the poker run. What time is it? It's Wednesday, February 8th, and it's 8:09. Optima Challenge poker run. I don't even know why I said Optima Challenge, everything's a challenge, but Optima poker run. I believe it starts at 9 o'clock from 9 to 12. Come out. It's a 36-mile run, so go check it out.
What are you doing, Melissa?
I'm trying to figure out this navigation that they sent us. They said that they were going to send us an updated map for today, and then I haven't seen it yet. So, I mean, there's no trail guide, so it's a little
Little sketch.
We'll figure it out.
Risk aware.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We got this.
Yo.
Oh shit. Where is it?
It's a dock. Everyone's there.
I'm going there right now.
And yeah, like crazy. But what's your schedule like for today? But yeah, let's go.
All right, what are you doing right now?
All right, we woke Mr. Seglin out, also known as Boston Kyle. Get him ready for the whole Ultima event. This is the EV, all eyes on EVs today. I'm gonna show what EVs could do in the form of a poker run. So Kyle is now up. He's gonna make sure that the whole battery charging situation is handled, and we're gonna rock and roll and have fun.
All right.
So you think we use the max that we have that thing set at last night? The generator was humming hard, you know, like it was supposed to. Everything was flashing red on the chargers. And then I went down, hung out, and talked to Jason and them. I come back, and then they were all green.
How long?
Maybe 45 minutes.
Hours.
Yeah.
So what? Are we ready to charge?
They have a plug in there. I think we can plug one of those.
Oh,
their
definitely.
plugs.
We should drive it over there.
And we'll plug in one of their plugs. I have number two, so we can go find them after. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah. So maybe I started they only had that plug. Yeah, why wouldn't they have this? Alright, so what are we doing, Keith?
We're trying to figure out why we're not charging. That's fun right now. So we'll see if Kyle and me can figure it out. Kyle knows his stuff. We'll get this magic working and we'll get it charging. Try to run Optima today.
They don't have a knife.
Yeah. Dave's gonna be out there with the buggy. They put a new body on it last night and they're wrapping it this morning. Yeah, what? I can't give you enough B-reel if you wanted it, shit. Just one of those days, you know? We're getting it. Bug by bug, we'll figure this truck out. It's like Eve all over again, you know? Everything's new, everything's experimental, everything's custom. It is what it is, you know? Everything is last fucking minute is right. Yeah, we got a game plan. We're gonna be ready 3 months ahead of the fucking hammers. Sure, we'll be ready to go. Yeah, right. 4 days late getting here. 3 months behind our deadline. It is what it is. We're gonna make it work.
Keith, what day is it right now?
Today's Wednesday. It's 2 days before our race. And we have maybe 10 miles on the truck. So, yeah. Race it on Friday? No problem. We'll see how that goes.
And the guy was like, just make sure, you know, if you see anyone that's not doing so well. And I was like, yeah, no problem. Like, you can definitely help out.
Yeah, I got show line. We got
Yeah, so he's like, that'd be so much appreciated because there's only a few people that actually know it out here, so.
You hear this bullshit?
That's what
They
I
give
would
you
do.
one of these, and she ordered it for herself.
Told me.
For herself.
Yeah, he said, sign us up. And I said, okay. And then I said, what size electric jacket would you like? And I said, well, my ass is doing all the work, so my ass gets the reward. So look at this motherfucker.
So Team Evolve will be looking for a new co-driver. Yes.
And also a divorce lawyer.
I think your co-driver's right there.
Nah, dude, I drive my own truck.
Kyle's got to race his
I
own.
built one.
Dave, we got late entry. Let's go.
Yeah, I got my gear.
Shit, yeah.
No, I don't have batteries.
Neither do I.
Yeah, that's a good point.
We're both fucked.
We could race to pit 1.
Yeah. It's the battle of the ranges. It's the race of the slows today, dude.
No, if we went to pit 1, it wouldn't be slow. If we said pit 1 was the finish line, we could actually get on it.
Oh yeah.
We should. Oh my god.
Hey, so we were talking last night.
I'm down. I'm not gonna say no to that.
I said, you know what? I said,
That's a true love it, live it, race it right there.
One on the front, what?
One on the front, one on the back, then two on the front. And he goes, put it on the windshield, and I was like,
There ain't no windshield. Fucker fell out years ago.
okay.
That's good?
I think the temper
the hydraulic pump's going, it ramps all the way up, so it's getting channel interference too. So these are good. These are things that Rugged wants to figure out. This is stuff Eric wants to figure out. This is all the debugging now. But it looks good from behind. Look good. Oh, you see the fucking axle fucking.
Here, the Optima poker run. How many points? Did we already pass points? I don't know.
Hell if I know. All I know is 39 miles.
Okay. So we got 39 miles of sand to deal with. Anything you want to say to the camera?
Yeah, I gotta strap this fucking generator down again. These Harbor Freight ratchet straps suck. Buy Mac straps.
Sponsor us.
Sponsor us, man. So let me see if I gotta tip that fucking back straight. God damn this fucking thing. I won't lose momentum.
How are we doing, Will? How are we doing today?
Hey, you know, Harbor Freight straps suck.
What is this?
It's for the poker run. So far we got 8 of diamonds, 9 of diamonds, and a queen of diamonds. So we're looking fancy.
Got a good hand going.
Got our hand.
Where are you storing all these?
Right next to the leg here.
Oh, I was gonna say in like the door.
Look at that.
Yeah.
So where are we at now?
We are behind Chocolate Thunder. We are here with Optima doing a poker run with them, so we're getting a good test shakedown in the Tes-ten, making sure everything's working well, feels good. It felt really good coming out here, so we're about to eat some food and keep going on.
Are there any issues going on with the Tes-ten?
We came into an issue with the power steering pump, so Keith has been having to manhandle it the last couple miles. So that obviously needs to get fixed and addressed before we run EMC, but as of right now, other than, you know, steering, that's not an issue. Everything else is running good, so the batteries are holding charge really well.
All right, Keith.
No.
How's the Tes-ten?
Running. We're getting debugs out somewhere. We still got a few bugs we gotta figure out, and a couple glitches happening, but temps are good. I mean, batteries are still cold, motor is still cold, so it's getting its shakedown today. We've got to get a total miles of this. I want to know how many we're doing, so we got an idea of what our range is. But it's going. It's a lot more fun, a lot more testing.
So I hear from your co-pilot that you had some power steering issues.
We think we got a CAN bus problem with it. So when we get back, we call Eric, and we'll figure it out when we get back to camp today and play with it some more. So I gotta talk to Eric. We're having issues. We call him up, talk to Chase Church. Our pump goes.
Oh,
interference in it.
And so were you just like?
No, all of a sudden I started getting like the comp. No, but I usually run
Never.
months before the race.
Well, some of them, but some people don't.
Oh, I know. I see some of them. There's another rookie here who didn't even finish his. He brought it here on just a roller.
What is your name?
My name is Emmy Hall. I'm a freelance automotive journalist, and I specialize in off-road stuff, and I love off-road EVs.
And what do we have right here?
And this is the 2412 EV vehicle that is competing here at the 2023 King of the Hammers in the Everyman Challenge, and I'm so stoked for it.
What do you think of Evolve Racing?
So what I really love about Evolve Racing is they have just decided to go for it, right? I mean, this is a completely garage-built, hand-built machine, and no one has really ever done this before. I mean, we did have Kyle Cyclin that came with his EV last year. That was a different drivetrain setup. This is all Tesla battery and motor. But you know, building a car from scratch is really, really difficult, and building a car from scratch without a lot of sponsors is even more difficult. So like, I'm so stoked to see this thing at the Everyman Challenge later this week.
And can you comment on your experiences with Melissa and Keith?
So Melissa and Keith seem to be really cool. I love the fact that they have just decided that, you know what, we're gonna have to be solving a bunch of problems, and we're gonna use the hand that has dealt us, and we're just gonna get it done. And like they say, if it were easy, everyone would do it. And they understand that this is a really difficult project, and they're willing to roll with it and not give up, and that's pretty rad. So you guys be sure to watch Journey to Hammers to see more of this awesome Tes-ten. It is on the YouTube. And love it, live it, race it.
That's nice. What now that you built this, what would you do? Not do it. Not do it. Bank account would be happy. But we were ahead of schedule. What's the big holdup? Cash and getting parts. So we were waiting on the BMS. It didn't show up in time. We were waiting on the AEM controllers to get here and just getting things manufactured. The shafts took a lot longer to make than we thought, with custom shafts connected transfer cases to the motor. I mean, we still built the whole truck in 10 months from it being a crawler for the past 20 years.
Have you had to do anything to keep the torque from being too much?
Not yet. We haven't. We're still, today was the furthest day it's been.
Oh.
Today was its kind of test shakedown day a little bit.
What's your name and what's your occupation?
Tanner Faust, and race driver, stunt driver, and TV host.
Right. So far, what do you think about the Tes-ten?
I love, not to like play a pun on the the name, but I love the evolution of motorsport into EV. You know, I race an off-road truck. I built a couple sort of stockish ones, and in the process of building more purpose-built ones. And I think I'm a huge believer that motorsport over 100 years has helped us. Seatbelts, disc brakes, all the things we take for granted came out of racing. And if that just stops as soon as the industry goes EV, then I think the development of EV cars in general is going to just slow to a halt. So I love any kind of pushing of the boundaries of motorsport. It's early days for something like this. I mean, the challenges you're struggling with are challenges they figured out for combustion cars back in the 20s and 30s, you know how to make things not interfere with each other and whatnot. But it's like somebody's got to do it.
Oh yeah, this is kind of like the 50s for EVs now. You know, everybody's taking parts from different vehicles, and we're trying to make them work and talk to each other and outperform each other.
Yeah,
you know,
love it, live it, race it.
How's it feel, Keith?
Not bad. We got things to figure out, but it wasn't bad.
What's the throttle like right now?
It's still sketchy. Whoa, throttle.
So when you're banging through coming down, do you feel like when the wheels take like hits in the sand that the pump is passing too much force through the steering wheel?
No, I wasn't getting a lot of feedback.
That's what Ryan was talking about. So I increased his sand by 4 basically 40 just to see if like everybody you start getting personal.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're on the pumpkin.
There you go, right there.
Get out of my face right now, Will. Going to drive. That's weird. Nothing.
Turned it back on.
And made it see something. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those like the CAN bus is incredibly simple.
Yeah.
But it's also
finicky.
If it's done right, like to the spec.
Yeah.
What's going on, Keith?
Nightmare.
Okay.
Trying to figure out what's going on with my wiring right now.
All right.
Why the truck keeps shutting off and why we're not getting commands to the keypads. All right, we're gonna close this door.
Yeah, for sure. There you go. There you go. There you go. See, Mom, no hands.
Go start in the whip now.
See, Mom, no hands.